Hello, my crafty friends. Today we are going to make a fun autumn card. So this is the card we're going to be making. It says, love you more than pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin stuff. And so we're going to make this card today, and we're going to use the More Than Autumn bundle. So it is all these stamps, and then also comes with all these dies as well. And we're also going to be using the sketched plaid, because I love plaid, and I love the fact that we can stamp this and you can make it whatever color you want. So I'm going to set this aside and we'll go ahead and get started. Put my example here. So what I did beforehand is I went ahead and cut out our pumpkin pie and our little whipped cream on top of the pumpkin pie, but I wanted to show you real quick how cool this is, because you stamp with the big cream right here, and then Stampin' Up! Has a die cut. Well, this bundle has a die cut that you can cut all this out, but then there's a small die cut that you can just cut out this little part. So that's what I did here. As you can see, I stamped it, and then I had this little die, and then it cuts this out, and then it will go onto my pumpkin pie. So here's the little die for this, and if you wanted to cut the whole thing out, you could use this, which you would use this bigger one on like a cup of hot cocoa or pumpkin spice, whatever you wanted. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that real quick. So set this aside. So I already cut this out, so we don't need that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to, we're going to make our plaid. So what I want to do is get my scrap paper here. Don't want to lose my pie and whipped cream. Too many things here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to ink up my plaid, my sketched plaid stamp. And it's a pretty big stamp, so it's easier just to lay it down and then just put your ink pad on top of it here, like so. Get it all nice and inked up. And then we're just gonna ink this up here. I'm gonna turn it sideways, try to get it straight. So I'm just gonna go straight down and push it down. Make sure you get it down all the way in the middle. These bigger stamps are a little bit tricky with that. And then we're just gonna peel it off like so. We have that little smudge, but that's okay. We will work around that. I'm gonna set this out of the way so I don't stick my fingers in it. Let me close this up as well. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to color in my lines. So what I did is I used my Stampin' Blends. I have cranberry, cherry cobbler, rather, light cherry cobbler. I have dark Calypso coral, and I have light Calypso coral. So I'm going to start with my cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to use the, there's a brush in and there's a pen in. I'm going to use the brush in, and I'm just going to go down through some of these lines and make my little plaid. So you don't have to be super precise. So you see there's a not really precise there, but I just want to add some color to this, and I want to add the colors I want. And that's what I really like about this stamp, is that you can add whatever colors you want to this to make it whatever season you want. So I'm going to go ahead and do this last one here. So if you were doing Christmas, you could do reds and greens. If you were doing springs, you could do greens and yellows, whatever you want. If you want to do a guy one, you could do more guy colors. So it's really fun, and you see this is going pretty quick. Just to add some color to this. And then I'm going to do, I'm going to do the dark coral next. Again, I'm going to use the brush end versus the pen end. So I'm just going to start where I'm at here. So I'm just going to add some color to this. I would suggest not coloring every line in. It may be a little too busy at that point, but you can certainly color a few of them in. So you see how quick this is going. You don't have to be super precise. It will look cool regardless of how precise you are or not. So last one is the light Calypso coral. Again, we're going to use the brush end. I'm just going to go through here. Since we're doing pumpkin stuff, I wanted to have kind of a fall-y kind of feel to this. So reds and corals and things like that. So we're almost done here. And I love these Stampin' Blends. They color so well and they are so easy to use. There we go. Okay, so now this piece of paper is white cardstock, so it's 3.5 by 4 3/4. The measurements will be in the description, but I want to cut this down to 3.5 by 4. So let me just trim this up real quick off screen. So now I'm going to use this piece for the inside of my card. Right here, I made mine a birthday card. You guys can make whatever you want. All right, so now let's go ahead and finish up with our stamping. So this is a 1/2 inch piece of white cardstock by 4. And then this is a 1/4 inch piece of cardstock, 1/4 by 3 inches. We're gonna trim these up. So we need our Calypso coral for our pumpkin pie. So we're just gonna ink this up and put that there. And then we'll go ahead and get our pie. And it's best to do these with separate stamps. Oops, didn't like that. All right, so we'll do this again. So when you make a mistake, it's easy to flip it over and try it again. And like I was saying, it's better to put these on 2 different stamps or stamp them at 2 different times, because you can't get them close enough together if you put them together on the same stamp and stamp them at the same time. So now let's do our Love You More Than, and then we'll trim these up. So we're just gonna ink this up in early espresso. All right, and straight down and straight up. And there you go. All right. So let's close this up. All right, so now we're going to I'm going to trim these up like so. We're going to pop these up. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on here. And for the pumpkin pie, we're just going to use the regular sized ones. Oh, that's the mess up. And then for the other one, we're going to use the mini dimensionals. We'll just probably put 3 on here. Might be overkill, but that's okay. So these, you just have to be a little bit careful about lining them up so that they don't show through on the other side. They don't overlap. But as you can see, it's not that difficult. So we're just gonna put them, can you see that one? You can see that one. All right, so let's just put that right there. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna leave the backs on for now, otherwise they'll be sticking to everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our card together. So what I'm gonna do is, first thing I'm gonna do is decorate the inside. So what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna put these 2 together like so. So this is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. So I'm gonna glue that down. And so just glue it down so end to end. I'm going to put a little glue down the middle of this. And then I'm just going to center this top to bottom and left to right. So I need to go a little bit to this way. Okay. There we go. All right, so now get our cardstock and let's go ahead and fold it. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4 in the middle. So standard card base. So let's just go ahead and get this folded down like so. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this on the inside here. For some reason I always put mine on upside down, so to speak. And so you can do it whatever way it works for you. There we go. All right, so now on the front, we want to take our, this is early espresso, and it's 3.5 by something, 3.5 by 4. So 3.5 by 4. So these are both 3.5 by 4. So we're gonna put our early espresso cardstock down like this, and then we're just gonna put our other one like so. So let me go ahead and put some glue on the back of this one. And we just kind of want to put it at an angle here. You don't want it going off the card, but just at an angle. And then we want to glue down our plaid piece. So we're just going to set this like so. Okay, so now we have this smallest circle from the Everyday Detail Dies, and we're gonna put our piece of pumpkin pie on that. But let's go ahead and glue down our whipped cream. So my husband, it would have the big giant one on there, not just this little baby one. But we're just gonna do the baby one. All right, so I'm gonna glue this down like so. I'm actually going to pop up my pumpkin pie as well. So we're going to just use a couple of dimensionals for that. Just one on the end here, and then one right here. So I'm just going to pop that up like so. So I use the Stampin' Blends to color this in. I use the, what did I use? I used the pecan pie, the light pecan pie for the crust, and then the darker one is the dark Calypso Coral, and then the lighter one is the light Calypso Coral. So it colors in really quick. I'm going to take these things off as well. I'm going to just pop these up. If I can get these off. For some reason they want to fight me, but I am stronger than the dimensionals. Okay, so we're going to do pumpkin pie. I'm just going to kind of tuck this in like, let's see, like so. And then the Love You More Than is going to stick up here at the top. And there we go. A fun, cute autumn card. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and you should pick up this set. It comes in a bundle, so you get the dies and the stamp set at 10% off. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me.